In the first 3 videos of this little mini series based on my SMART course, S-M-A-R-T, we talked about S for spending, getting your spending under control, spending less than you earn or earning more than you spend. In the second part, we talked about managing your money, getting it under control and allocating it so that you can make savings that you need to make for short-term, long-term, pay off credit card debt and consumer debt, and also have things like play account or maybe a giving account as well, so that you're managing your money and budgeting. So budget is telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. And then in part 3, we looked at accumulating wealth and ideas for accumulating wealth over the long term by investing in assets such as stocks and shares, property, rather than leaving it in the bank where you will earn minimal interest rate and probably inflation will eat up a lot of that anyway. So in part 4, we're going to look at keeping it all together, and in the course we have a section called review, R for review. Now reviewing is very important. It's a bit like if you imagine a sailor in the old days going across the Atlantic Ocean and he has to navigate by the stars. Now in those days they could be blown off course. You could be heading for New York and end up in Newfoundland in Canada or somewhere, so you had to really keep reviewing, keep on track. Now of course they have satellite navigation systems to do it for you, and it's a bit like that with your investing journey. You've got to keep reviewing. Now a meeting with say a financial advisor would be very useful at least once a year, but you can also have regular meetings with you or your family or your partner or your loved ones, whatever, or your accountant if you're in that sort of position, to review things. How have we done in the last year? What's happened? How much have we saved? Has that investment gone well? And this is what a company would do, right? Companies have board meetings, they have annual meetings, they produce reports to see how things are going. They know where their money's going from their accounts, but also they're looking forward, aren't they? They're doing cash flow projections, they're looking for the next investment, how much money they're going to invest in the next year, what they're going to budget for that, and they're always looking to constantly grow and constantly improve, because if you stand still, other companies overtake them and literally take their lunch, right? Think about companies like Kodak and Polaroid. I believe there's a story that they were approached by Steve Jobs to say, let's do something with the film, and they sort of laughed him off. If you think of companies like Tower Records and HMV, what's happened to them because they didn't keep up with the technology that was coming up behind them. They just didn't review things, they didn't keep abreast. So always review things, always keep the ship on course, steer that steady course for where you want to go. Otherwise things will just drift on, and suddenly you look at your account and say, well, hang on a second, I've had this money's not making any money for me, or this fund is not making any money. Why didn't I review it and see what we could do with that money? And also the spending is crept up, for instance, because you might be earning a bit more money, but then you start spending more money. So you've got to keep a constant track. This is not a 5-minute job. This is a lifelong situation. And all the wealthy people I know, they always do this. They're constantly reviewing things. They don't live day and night doing it, but they're always looking at where their investments are going, where the next investment's going, what's out there, what the rates are, all these sorts of things. They're always looking at their investments. If you walk into their office, they're perhaps looking at some report. They're looking at the shares that they've got, or the property they've got, or they're looking at the Financial Times. One guy I know is a very, very wealthy guy. I was talking to him the other day, and he was starting to tell me what the rates are on some of the bank investments you could get now that rates have gone up. He said, yeah, there's 4% over there, there's 4.5% there with this bank, online this. He knew all these things, and he doesn't need to worry about money, but he constantly keeps a track on it. All the people I know that are broke just don't do that. They just do the opposite. They just wonder where it all went. So that's all I want to say about reviewing. In the last video of this series, I'll be talking about the tracking side and keeping a track of things. And if you want to know more about me, do check out my YouTube channel, Charles Kelly Money Tips Podcast. And if you'd like to get hold of the full course, then I'll put a link up for that. And you can join me on the full course, where I also give you some coaching as well, and some other goodies and other bonuses as well to help you get you started. So do check that out, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Thanks a lot.